and welcome back to the channel. So it's been a minute since I've done a Zoom video. I got this new guitar here. You might have seen it in one of the videos about it, which has been very inspiring but also rather distracting. But not too much, because the whole time I've been obsessing on the guitar, I've also been obsessing on the arrangement of the song. And like I said before, what I like to do is have some time with the song, like play it out a bunch, and I really know what makes the song tick, then record it. When you write it, you know, and then you're quickly recording it, you don't have that luxury. So, taking a little bit of extra time just to sit with the arrangement in my head really helped me kind of sort out what I was going to do, you know, with the song. And this is not the guitar I'll record the tracks, you know, when I go ahead and record the actual guitar tracks, I'll use the Strat because I wrote it on the Strat, and it makes the most sense on the Strat. I've just been having fun playing this guitar, so I wanted to bring it up here anyway. And I was going to show you all the different effects in case you don't know what all is in here as far as guitar effects. Because what I did is I ended up deciding that the song should be at like 117. I tried it at 120 and it just felt too rushed. You know, it's this whole... And there's a certain flow and vibe to that. I want to let the notes have their moment, not rush it, but I also didn't want to get the pace too draggy. So I tried it at 120 and that was a little fast. 118 seemed right, and then I started thinking it was still too fast, so I went down to 115 and I sat with it at 115 for a few days, and then today I actually bumped it back up to 117. So it's not quite 120, a little lower than 118, which I thought was the right pace. And then 115 ended up feeling a little slow. I can always do this again, but I think I'm going to stick with that because I ran the metronome, and the metronome will be on in my headphones when I do the drums, and that's mainly what I'll be following. You'll be able to hear the guitar track, but it's just a, you know, a guide track. And what I'm going to do next is sit here and just do a guide vocal, so that you know, when I go to play the drums, I'll have the vocal cue as well. I'm mainly listening to the click track, you know, the metronome, to get on beat with the drums. But I can hear the vocal and the guitar help me make sure I know where I am in the arrangement, and I can plan ahead and get ready for the next thing and all that stuff. So and plus it helps me make sure the song is worth it. You know, like I can kind of see it mapped out like a skeleton, and you can sort of fill it in with all the instrumentation. But if you don't have a good foundation, the song's, you know, not really happening. So I think it's okay. Now, what I did with guitar, if you go to your effects bank, so what I usually do is I just plug directly in, and we've talked about how these cables slip out when you plug directly in with a guitar cable, and I should do something about that, and I even made a video about it, and I never did anything about it. Can you believe it? So it might slip out. But what I usually do is I'll put it in track 1. You got high Z on because, actually, you know, this guitar may not need high Z because it's active. I don't know. We'll check that. But you plug it in, you turn on your high Z because you're directly connecting with an instrument. You'll bring your level up to like 0. And then, and your master, I'm going to ease my master up because I've got this PV-KB3 monitoring today. That's what we're going to hear the playback from, which won't sound very good, but gets the job done. And that thing will start feeding back, because if I try to record with this, you know, there's a feedback thing going on. So I'm going to ease up that master, but you want to get your master up as high as you can. And then if you go to the effects bank, we have algorithm clean. So let's just see what our clean. I'm not going to tell you that this will sound good because this amp is, you know, it's not really made for guitar playing. It's connected to this to get better tone. But this is how I, you know, I usually use headphones. I'm not even working with speakers or anything, and that's what you're probably doing at home, I'm sure. Okay, so let's just see what I mean, I find these tones all to be usable. Not great, and I don't really use them for recordings, and some of them are okay, especially the bass ones, but I think this is fine. You can make the best of it, and I just wanted to show you a couple of the patches. It starts off with this number 00, it's a Z amp kind of circuit, Z clean, and it just sounds like kind of like 80s clean to me, almost like a Roland amp, a JC 120. guitar has a nice kind of acoustic tone to it. And there's the chorus version. Number 2, FD clean. And then this is like a Vox. Vox crunch. I use that a lot because it's got some distortion, sort of like a Fender. There's like some latency thing happening. When I hit it, it makes a little stutter. That's a tweed amp. I wouldn't say it sounds super tweedy. It just sounds like nasty. I don't know what the point of this one is. I think it's supposed to be like a high watt. BG crunch. This is a high watt, kind of light tone. Anyway, these go on. And then the distortion category, we start those over. MS dry. Go for days. There's some pretty good stuff here. Then you have like weird. Here's a bass. That's kind of neat. All kinds of neat stuff you can do. Bass. Mic. Interesting stuff. Dual mic. This big shape I always use. It's a compressor limiter. Anyway, I used, let's see, I think I used back on clean, I think I used number, let's see, yeah, I used number 2, that FD clean. I can't think of what that's supposed to be. Is that like supposed to be like a matchless or something? FD clean. Okay, let's see if the high Z makes a difference. Here we go. That's with it on. I don't hear a difference. No like impedance sound clicking difference. Like one opens it up and one sort of shuts it down. Okay, so what I'll do now, I'm going to put this away and I'll just use these mics to sing the song. I don't have the lyrics totally worked out. I've got like the first verse, I've got the chorus, I got the little bridge bit or the middle 8 bit, but I don't have a completed second verse and I don't have a completed third verse, so you'll have to forgive me if you hear me repeating the same words or just making up some BS words. So that's what I usually do until I'm ready to finish the lyrics. I just repeat, the same phrases or just make up some, sound words, like just consonants and syllables smashed together, vowels and consonants smashed together into syllables. All right, so we'll do that real quick, and I'll just show you how to do that. It's pretty self-explanatory, but may be of help to someone. All right, so second, I'll be right back. Okay, so we got the guitar set up. let me turn this computer on and get it facing me so I can see the lyrics here. Hopefully the screen won't shut off halfway through. Okay, then I got this. I'm coming out on the left side, which is like a mono connection into this KB3. I've got my levels down so that I don't get feedback. And I've got the master way down. What I've engaged is track 7 and 8, which is these room mics here. I mean these condenser mics that are on the unit. And they're stereo mics, so I just kind of set it in front of me like this. And once again, I'm not looking for a good vocal. I'm just looking for a scratch, like a guide track. Because mainly what I'm going to follow is the click, you know, the doom, ka, that click, click, ting, click, click, ting. Not my, vocals or guitar. But I like to have those there to give me arrangement cues. Like, oh, here comes the chorus, get excited. Or don't get excited so you don't mess up the part. So this helps. But don't think, oh God, that sounds terrible. My voice is probably shot, I don't know. But we'll see what happens. I'm just going to kind of rough through this. And that way you'll see how I get a song ready. And then from here, I'll be wearing the headphones with the metronome on, the track recorded. I'll hear my voice, my guitar, the metronome, and I'll play along. And that's how I get my drum track. And then from there, I just build it from the drum track. I can cut all that stuff off. So that's how I do it. I don't usually show this step. I just have it already done in the headphones when I go to the drums. So I just thought it might help someone. All right, so let's get a quick playback just to see what we have. There's the guitar. I did a da, da, da as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll line the sticks up with that as a stick click count off. That's the one I just did, so let's redo it. I didn't finish it, so that does work. Let me make sure. Alright, here we go. Let's do this. Alright, so I'm going to rewind. Actually, can I undo that? Yeah, I can undo that. So let's make sure it killed the vocal. I thought maybe I'd already turned this off since I did that, but I guess I did. Okay, yeah, that vocal's gone now. Me don't go. Okay, that's good. That's going to be a good enough level. All right, so doesn't matter. So if you hear me singing, it sounds like garbage, or this all just sounds like garbage. For some reason, the metronome is not playing back. It must shut it off when it goes to a speaker for some weird reason. If anybody out there knows what's up with that, but I don't need it to sing along to. But ordinarily, you would hear the click, click, click of the metronome. Take it back to the beginning, and let's let it. Well, I don't need to have. I'll just start it. Do that over because that's no good. I was just making sure the computer didn't turn off. Okay, let's tell you what. Instead of trying to do it like this, I'm going to just go to headphones because I can tell this is going to be screechy. You know what? Screw it. We'll do it anyway. Let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. Undo that. See if I can get this down a bit. Me don't go there. Ooh.
fast, and then it's streaming. Daylight crawls across my mind. Midnight come, we don't go there. Moonlight scrawls across my eyes. When the sun comes down, it flickers fast, and then it's streaming. Moonlight scrawls across my mind. Midnight come, we don't go there. We don't go, it's the witching hour. Uptown curtain is between us. Uptown curtain is between. Moonlight scrawls across my eyes. Then the light comes down in fragments first, then it's streaming. Daylight scrawls across my mind. Midnight's come, we don't go there. We don't go, it's the witching hour. We don't go, we don't go there. We don't go, it's the witching hour.
All right. So, just then, I'm not sure, the lyrics were just a bunch of repeated nonsense. I mean, I have a couple good lines, but I'll fill in a third verse, and I'll finish up that second verse. I think the tempo is correct. Yeah. And I like that it just gets the job done. That little middle section is like a little solo break where I go back to 2 measures of the doom, 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 the intro. And what I'm going to do is add some blues kind of scramble soloing in there to make that interesting sounding, some Hendrixy type stuff. And so that'll just kind of fill that in. And then the song just sort of rolls. There's not a lot of dead space or a lot of extra action going on. I think it clocked in at 3:28 with the kind of like letting it, like basically a 3 minute 30-second like pop tune. Doesn't have a huge hook, but I will continue to develop the melody. That's the other thing, is like this is like the first melody draft. As I continue on, as I'm playing drums, as I'm playing guitar, and when I really start thinking about it and I get ready to lay down the vocal, I'll really start to develop that melody, and I'll bring the most out of it. Like that's a basic structure, but you can really wring out more action, with your vocal melody. So I'm going to pull down this level here so I don't get feedback. And next time I'll do start working on the drums. And I'll have this that I just recorded in my headphones with the metronome on, and click, 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 and then I just rock those drums along to that. When that's done, I can cut all this track that I just, this vocal and the guitar track, I can just erase those. And although I might leave it in there like real low in the background in case I forget the arrangement, on guitar. Because when I'm drumming, I'll definitely need it, because that's how I kind of get the coming down on the one everywhere, all throughout the song. It's important. And then once I get that, then the drums become my new metronome for guitar, bass, and vocals. All right, next time.